So today I want to share a memory about my great grandmother Neufeldt. I was 8 years old when she passed away, and we used to go see them all the time. My dad was very close with his grandparents, and I loved them very much. So I have lots of memories, some really fun memories of her. She was a very interesting woman and a very strong woman, at least the way I remember her. So, uh, just before she passed away, she was home in her bed, and she had called for the family to come around her. And so everybody that could was there. Some of our family were off as missionaries. They weren't home at the time, but it was a big family. It was a big family, and I remember being this little kid, and everybody trying to get in that bedroom around her bed, and feeling almost like I couldn't breathe, so squished, and so somebody kind of moved me. Us little kids, they kind of moved us where we could see Grandma, and she was laying in her bed, and I don't. She probably only lived maybe a week or so after this, if that. She was very near the end, and she knew it, and so she was having kind of a struggle talking, but there was something very important she wanted to tell us, and this had the greatest impact on my life of anything with my great grandma Neufeldt. So as we were standing around the bed, she had asked Grandpa, my great grandpa, to pick up her Bible and to open it up to the front covers. There were some blank pages in the front of her Bible, and she wanted him to open her Bible to that. And so he opened it, and you could see there just was these long lists of names. And she said, this is all of you. The day you were born, I wrote you down in my Bible, and I have prayed for you every day since. So you're all listed in here, every last one of you. And like I said, it was a big family. There were a few pages of names. And she said, now I'm going home, and I'm not going to be here much longer. And my question is, who's going to pray for the family now? Who's going to take this up in my place and continue this, because it's so, so very important. And that was basically, what I remember from that. There were a few other things said, and different people that, were able to tell Grandma how much they loved her and give her hugs and all. And that's the last time I ever remember seeing her before she passed away. And I remember watching Great Grandpa and how he held that Bible up there, and he was so proud. My dad, his grandson, was turned out very much like him. And so when my dad was older, before he passed away, those last few years, it was like watching my grandpa Neufeldt. But he was, I just remember the pride on his face of, this is what my wife did for you guys every single day of your lives. And it really touched me to think that from the day I was born, somebody had been praying for me every day. That, I don't know, that just seemed so huge to me. And something in me was like, this is important. And I didn't say anything to anybody because it wasn't really an opportunity to. There was a lot of activity going on, and it was all around Grandma. But in my heart, I was thinking, I'm going to continue, Grandma. I'm going to pray for people. And so I didn't write people's names down in my Bible, but I believe it was that same day when I went home, and I got one of my little spiral notebooks, and I began to write down every family member I could think of. And then after a while, I was writing down all my friends' names, and then I was writing down all of like maybe the neighbors that we knew and stuff. And I just had this passion in me to pray. And I can't say that I've done it every day since I started, but I try to. There have been times when, I got out of the habit, and God called me right back. And in fact, I'll show you right now. See, I've got this red spiral notebook, That's my prayer journal, what I call my prayer journal. And when you open it up, all of my family is in there, and my neighbors, all my neighbors that I know, my friends, I've got close friends that are close like family to me, that are brothers and sisters to me, and they're all in there. All my nieces, all my nephews, my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchild. Everybody's listed in there. Even, people that used to be part of the family and aren't anymore. Your name's still in there. I still pray for you because I love you. And to me, you never left me. You didn't leave my family. Maybe we don't still have the connection that we once did, but I'm not a person that disowns people or erases them. A lot of people are. My mother-in-law, for my first marriage, when somebody divorced out of the family, she cut your picture out of I remember it was so weird, there'd be all these photos with people cut out of them because they were no longer a part of the family. Yeah, I haven't cut anybody out of any photos. I haven't, disowned anybody or stopped. I would talk to anybody that would talk to me. And not everybody wants to talk to me, and that's fine too. But anyway, carrying this torch of prayer has been a very important thing to me. And, it's not that like I know I'm going to, die in the next few days or something, where Grandma knew she was going. But I am getting older, and time seems to be speeding up and whipping by faster and faster. And I'm not going to be here forever. And I have, I'm sure, less days ahead of me than what I have behind me. And I often wonder, because I try to let people know that I am praying for you every day. I'm not just saying that. I really am praying for you today. And the way I do things is I have a thing with numbers out of the scripture, because different numbers mean different things. And the number 40 is the number of birthing. And it's, and I'm always thinking about God birthing something new. So sometimes, like if somebody even stops by the house, I put their name. If they're not a regular in my prayer journal, they go in my prayer journal for 40 days. I will pray for them. The road we live on, there's a lot of accidents. And so I meet people broke down in front of my house or in a crashed car in front of my house quite often. And I try to get their name and, their first name, and down they go in my prayer journal for at least 40 days. At the end of the 40 days, sometimes the Lord says, go again, and they'll be in there for another 40. But even with my regulars, every 40 days, I'll highlight you. I don't know any better way to say it. And I spend a little extra time for you. And so like today, my dear friend Larcy, she was the person that was highlighted today. And so I prayed extra for her. I prayed, some very personal things for her. When you've got a zillion people in your prayer journal, sometimes, unless you know something specific that's going on, you may just kind of pray for them and keep on moving because, I don't know how to explain. It's not that you don't care. It's not that you're not really sincerely praying for them, but we all need a little extra something sometimes, right? And so I make sure that every 40 days that you come up for a little something extra. And today it was Larcy. And dear friend, I love her. She's like a little sister to me. She is my friend, and she is such an encourager to me. Her whole family, her mom and her brother, they have become very precious to me. So anyway, today, Larcy, I know you're watching this. It was you. But my question is, when I'm gone, who's gonna step up and carry the torch in my absence? I hope there's somebody. I hope the Lord has moved passionately on someone's heart to carry this torch when I'm gone. Prayer is truly the greatest weapon in our arsenal. That's where our hope is. It's what moves the heart of God. I mean, you can never fully explain how important prayer is and the difference it makes. Yesterday, the person who I highlighted just happened to call my husband and be like, could I just drop by for a little bit? Oh, I was so excited. So the whole time they were here, I was praying for my husband and for this person, that God would move, because I'm like going, okay, so I highlighted them in prayer today, and now they're just suddenly showing up. I don't believe in coincidences. So anyway, you may not be a part of my family. You may not be one of my kids or grandkids or great grandkids that I'm hoping one of them will carry on this legacy. You may not be one of them, but you're a human being and you're a part of somebody's family. And if you know and have that passion for prayer in your life, maybe step it up just a little bit. I'm always looking for ways I can step it up, a way to grow, a way to learn more, and make a difference through prayer in your family and in the lives of your extended family, your friends, and your neighbors that are a consistent part of your life. People that God has put in your path so you can pray for them. All right. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. Share the videos that touch you with your friends and hit the notification bell so that tomorrow when the new one comes up, you'll know. So you can get part 3. No, wait, we're done with the parts. See, I'm telling you, I am getting old. I had just seen one of those because those are the ones I'm uploading right now. And so that's still stuck in my brain, but that's not it. Today's about prayer. I don't know what tomorrow will be about. All right. I love you. And I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.